Bowl, NFC Championship game. If you treat it the same, it's just ball, man. It's 60 minutes, potentially plus, of flying around with your brothers and having a great time and playing the greatest game in the world. The standard is always the standard. The media doesn't determine the standard. The opponents don't determine our standard. The standard is the standard, and we compete every day.
It is week number 8 of this National Football League season. Time for another edition of Cowboys Huddle here inside the Globe Life Studios at the Star in Frisco. Bill Jones along with Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer. It's the Cowboys and the Denver Broncos. 3:25 Dallas time kickoff at Empower Field at Mile High on Sunday. And Coach coming off a nice win last week. Complimentary football is what we like to talk about. And with a 22-point win, you had a lot of complimentary football last week.
Did a lot of good things. We felt really good about getting the win, playing a good team in Washington we wanted to go out and play well. We did. It was great to see us take the ball away. Deron Bland get in the end zone, and I thought the defense really stepped up. Bill, really proud of those guys.
All right, let's turn our attention to Denver. Let's talk Sean Payton first, a guy that obviously you're very familiar with, accomplished so much in this league. When you line up against a Sean Payton coach team, what do you expect?
Physical, man. Again, Sean, he's been around a long time. I've competed against him quite a bit. Know a lot of players, obviously, that have coached or played for him, and Drew Brees. And he's tough-minded. He's old school. And the Broncos obviously show that the way they're controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. They're running the football really well. They're first in the league in sacks with, I think, 34, led by Nick Manita. Again, it's just a really talented team, but you see Sean's personality, and that's one of physical football.
All right, on offense, at quarterback Bo Nix in his second year. Here's a guy with so much experience coming out of college, first at Auburn and then at Oregon. I think 61 starts, won the academic Heisman. He checked all those boxes you're looking for, and he has come into this league, and the transition has not been difficult for him. It appears, anyway.
Well, the first thing I'm going to say about Bo is obviously he makes me feel old, because I actually, when I was at Florida, his dad was the quarterback at Auburn.
That's
so I feel very old now that he's playing in the National Football League. I guess I am. But, I think it's something like 6 fourth-quarter comebacks in a young career, very athletic, can move around, has some really good weapons, Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram, some guys like that. But, again, I do think that this thing starts with the running game, and part of what you noticed last week against the Giants as they clawed back to find the victory was using Bo to run the football some. So good carryover for us coming off the Washington game with Jaden Daniels, but very talented young quarterback.
Yeah, his touchdown run, part of that 33-point fourth quarter, was huge and a well-designed play. Your defense, what strides did you see them make last week?
Yeah, I just thought, again, we did a nice job mixing up the calls. I thought the man-to-man stuff that we played was very good. I love the pressure that we got on the quarterback, but it started with taking the runaway. They wanted to come in and run the football on us. I thought some of the design things that we had to move the line and do things like that helped us kind of slow down running lanes, and I thought we tackled very well.
How about Jadeveon Clowney last week?
Yeah, it's awesome. I've been seeing it each week, him improving a little bit more and getting more and more comfortable just in the scheme. But also, let's be honest, no off-season program, no training camp. I think his body finally is in playing shape.
All right, we're just getting started on this edition of Cowboys Huddle. Up next, Will McClay in the film room.
I just think time on task. He didn't have a training camp, so I think it's been a month, something like that. So it's, right about the same amount of time, getting in the system, knowing the system. He wants to do right, wants to make sure that he's in the right spots. But we got a chance to see him turn it loose a little bit last week, and there's more in there. We're excited to see the more.
Cowboys Huddle with Brian Schottenheimer, powered by Reliant, is brought to you by Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com. Ford, your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. Bank of America, what would you like the power to do? And by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by WinStar World Casino and Resort, proud to be the casino of the Dallas Cowboys. Please game responsibly.
I feel like it's an opportunity to do that. Another championship opportunity this week. We got 10 more guaranteed, anything after that is opportunities that we earn. So it's just another week for us to maximize what we have in terms of the opportunity. It's a good team too. So.
Welcome back to Cowboys Huddle. We'll get you set for Cowboys and Broncos in Denver on Sunday. Will McClay now joins me now here in the Globe Life studio. We got the telestrator out. We're going to take a look first at this Denver offense with the quarterback Bo Nix, but how about the run game and J.K. Dobbins, number 27?
Yeah, number 6 team in the league in rushing, and they do it with they run all the runs. It's based on what the defense does. We'll look at it here. They're going to bring motion, the defense is set. Well, they got the numbers in their favor, and then the patience of the back to set the block by 60, and then the speed to get to the perimeter and get outside. That's what makes this running game difficult. They can run inside, outside, and they run power scheme, gap scheme, all that.
Well, you can tell J.K. Dobbins is healthy once again this year. And how about the running threat the quarterback presents?
Yeah, they do a great job with this, okay? The defense doesn't normally account for the 11th man. All right, here they go. They're going to move it over. Defense is going to react to it, and what it does is, by design, they've got great angles to all of their blocks, and then there's the end, and then you got the tackle pulling, and then there's Bo Nix doing his deal. Adding the quarterback to the run game makes them dangerous.
And there was a go-ahead touchdown last week against the Giants. All right, how about in the passing game? Big Cortland Sutton out of SMU coming off a career year in terms of receptions and yards last year.
Yeah, and again, how they're using him. Nix really trusts him. He's the guy. Here it is right here. They're going to see 2 high safeties. It's going to be quarters or cover 2, so the route design. They're going to run 4 verts, except for you'll see here where Sutton runs an out and up. And while 11 is taking the safety, that gives them, and Bo Nix knows as soon as that corner bites, I'm putting it up and big guy's going to go get it.
Big threat in the red zone right there. Now on defense, we talk about Vance Joseph's defense. They lead the league with 34 sacks in 7 games this year, and they do it in a variety of ways up front.
They got good people, but they also do it scheme-wise. This is a 4-man rush. They got 2 good edge rushers and the 2 guys inside. They do a great job of keeping the quarterback in the pocket. They're going to run a game, but you're going to see Cooper just beat the tight end around the corner before the quarterback can set his feet, and then there's a sack. But the pressure up the middle also helps that.
Jonathan Cooper looks like he'll have double-digit sack seasons for the 2nd straight season.
All right, now we're going to show you that was a 4-man rush. Now they're going to get you in passing situations, long yardage situations. They got 7 men that look like they're going to rush. They got 6 guys to block. So they've got the offensive line has to communicate and do all that. All right, and then what they do is they let them communicate, and then they pop out. They're only going to rush 3. We got 4 blocking 1, and then the other 2 went on the outside, so you got to have your wits up front.
Well, you really do. And how about in the secondary at cornerback? Oh, it's just the Defensive Player of the Year last year, Patrick Surtain at 1 cornerback spot.
When you got good rush and you got good corners, it's a difficult match. Well, here you go. You're going to see Surtain here one-on-one with the receiver. Receiver goes, he stays top field shoulder, and when the ball is in the air, what he does best is make plays on the ball.
All right, it's going to be interesting to see how they defend the Cowboys offense. Will McClay, we appreciate it. And up next, speaking of the Cowboys offense, George Pickens mic'd up when Cowboys Huddle continues.
If they're going to double you, George, and double CD, you're telling me you're going to leave Terp and Ferg one-on-one? I don't know how confident you feel about that, right? So, yeah, for us it's about, right, understanding that and making sure that we're continuing to push ourselves and get better each and every day. This isn't a group that just woke up and is unstoppable. It's all the work that we've put into this thing. It's the collaborative effort. It's guys running hard when they're in a clear-out route for that other guy. It's being unselfish and playing team football. So we just got to keep pushing that with that in mind, and good luck to whoever's across from us.
This segment was brought to you by WinStar World Casino and Resort. Proud to be the casino of the Dallas Cowboys. Please game responsibly.
Cowboys Huddle continues now here inside the Globe Life studios at the Star in Frisco. I'm Bill Jones, and time to go behind the Star now with Cowboys linebackers coach Dave Borgonzi.
Dave Borgonzi, linebackers coach. So when I graduated college, my first job was with the Patriots. I was a media relations intern. Always wanted to get into coaching, so my first coaching job was in 2006 at Syracuse University. So I did that for 2 years. Then I went to Harvard University for 3. And then my big break came in 2011. I had an opportunity with the Dallas Cowboys, so that's my first year in the NFL. And spent 3 years here with the Cowboys. It was a great 3 years. Then went to Tampa Bay for 4, Indianapolis for 4, and the last 3 I was in Chicago. So Really, really excited to come full circle, to come back to Dallas. Yeah, so it really started growing up. My dad was a season ticket holder for the Patriots, so one of our rituals every summer was to go to training camp, and at that time it was in Rhode Island at Bryant University. So, growing up, Dad would take us to doubles. We'd go in the morning, watch practice, we'd have lunch, and then we'd watch the second practice. So, growing up, that was always one of our favorite things to do as a family, was to go to training camp practices. And so when I was in college, I did different things. I did different internships just to see if there was something else that inspired me as much as football. So I did different things when I was in college, and nothing really hit me like football did. So in my mind, in the back of my mind, I knew I was always going to do something in football. And coaching is really what I wanted to do. And I just was really fortunate to be with some really good mentors as a young coach, and they really helped me develop my philosophy in coaching, and I'm really grateful because it's hard to be in this position, so I'm really grateful to be here. I have a 10 and an 8-year-old, so when I'm not coaching, I'm usually spending time with them, and they're in athletics, so my daughter's at her soccer practice, my son's playing baseball or flag football, so a lot of my free time, which during the season we don't have a lot of my free time, I really enjoy spending time with my family and just being a positive role model for my kids.
Dave Borgonzi in his second stint as a Cowboys assistant coach. And now we go from defense to offense. George Pickens mic'd up against Washington.
How is this? I mean, how much fun are you guys having together?
Super fun. I'm one of them. And I do that to you. I do it to you. I to you. Do it. I do it to you.
Another movie produced by me.
You got all of us out there. You can't guard all of us. Watching my dog go crazy for the last 4 weeks, I'm pretty sure he enjoyed it.
How many great catches is he going to make today? That is what I call a bucket.
Yeah.
Just drop it in the bucket, Dak.
Prescott retreats from under center, goes deep down the right side. Pickens over the shoulder.
It doesn't surprise me because I've seen so many of those from him.
I ain't gonna lie, I think I'm the king of that late hands.
Back with forever, going deep to the left side of the end zone. Pickens has it.
You better get there, because he ain't gonna come out.
And a flag.
Yeah, he ain't doing it. You gotta pick the boys. Yeah.
Here's Prescott flipping it out to Pickens on the left side to about the 33.
Nice try, buddy. Then on the ground, I said, yo, little ass, you a He's like, what the bro, get on me. And then I started flopping, try to get us a call.
Yeah, Pickens has been awesome this year since coming over from Pittsburgh.
You got two dogs out there. You're not going to be that, all that grown man, hard press.
And here is a handoff to Williams coming on the left side. Ran over a defensive back, got 8 yards.
Hey, Carl, you see what it look like? When you got both? When you got both, it's unbeatable. Pick 6, touchdowns, we got 40 points. You see?
Signal to his center, back to throw, steps up, pressured. Clowney's going to sack it.
Good clown!
So what about George Pickens in this Cowboys offense against the Denver defense? Head coach rejoins us, and we talk about that next on Cowboys Huddle.
This segment is brought to you by Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com.
You relish those kind of games against someone like Patrick?
Yeah, definitely high competition. And like I said, I definitely know and believe that we got the guys to compete.
Welcome back to Cowboys Huddle here inside the Globe Life studios at the Star. Bill Jones now rejoined by head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Let's take a look at this Broncos defense. I know you have a lot of respect for the defensive coordinator, Vance Joseph.
Yeah, again, Sean put together a great coaching staff, and when he got the job and he brought Vance in, I was like, okay, that defense is going to take on his personality. They're aggressive, they're upfield, they're on the attack. They play on edges. They take their edge pieces, Cooper and Nick, and they play really wide, try to funnel things into the inside of the pocket where they're knocking guys back with DJ Jones. And, Vance has been around a long time. He's always had great defenses, and this is probably one of his better ones.
Yeah, they led the league in sacks last year with 63. Again, this year, as you mentioned earlier in the show, 34 sacks. What about your offensive line and how things are going with them right now?
Yeah, it's good. You know, we're getting healthier, and a big part of it. But this team will challenge us. They play better in Denver than they do on the road. That's not anything unusual, just because of the crowd noise. It's such an awesome place to play. It's loud, it's crazy, and will be a good challenge for us. We have to have great discipline at the line of scrimmage. Can't shoot ourselves in the foot with pre-snap penalties, things like that. But again, we had a very physical practice on Wednesday this week, and that's good to see.
All right, Jake Ferguson, he is the first tight end in National Football League history to have 50 receptions, 6 touchdowns in his first 7 games of the season. What a great start to the year for Jake.
Incredible. Couldn't be happier for him. You know, he just the consummate pro, the consummate worker, and I love him as a man. I love him as a teammate, and couldn't be more happy for him.
You know, one of the interesting things when you dig into the matchup this week and you mentioned the coaching staff that Sean Payton's put together. Jim Leonard, their assistant head coach and pass game coordinator on defense, a Wisconsin guy like Jake Ferguson, like Jack Sanborn as well. I think it's pretty intriguing to see, okay, you got him on one side. I just picture, I'm sure Jake Ferguson, when Jim Leonard was playing for his grandfather, Barry Alvarez, 20-something years ago, he was probably hanging out at the practice field, and now he's defending Jake Ferguson in this Cowboys offense.
There's no question, and I'll go back again. Jim Leonard played on some of those great Jets defenses that I was a part of back in the early 2000s, and great player, good coach, and again, there's something about the product of Wisconsin football.
Yeah, apparently so. All right, Brandon Aubrey, we got to mention him, and another 60-yard field goal last week, now 6 in his career. We could mention Brandon Aubrey every week, but now we go to Mile High, and I don't know what his range is going to be there, huh?
I don't think I do either. But the biggest thing for us is so proud of him. I mean, he's just Mr. Clutch. I showed it to his 61-yarder the other day to the team, and just the poise that he has, the way the ball bounces off of his foot is incredible. But it's also the whole operation. Credit to Nick Sorensen, his staff, Carlos Polk, but the protection unit's been great. Obviously Trent and Banger do a great job as well. But yeah, nothing amazes me anymore about Brandon Aubrey.
You don't want to have free kicks, but he put that free kick into the end zone from the 20-yard line, 80 yards.
Absolutely.
Pretty amazing.
It's amazing.
All right, we wrap up Cowboys Huddle in just a moment with Schotty Shot for the week.
This segment was brought to you by Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com.
To me, it's just really just kind of keep stacking. You know, I haven't been up to my level of play that I think I could play at so far, but today is hopefully keep going.
First game into the league, and you got the first pick 6. The next few came in bunches.
Yeah.
There's another bunch coming up.
Hopefully, you know, only time to tell.
Final couple of minutes here of Cowboys Huddle, and we've got Schotty Shot. This is how we wrap up every week's show, and your shot for this week, how about number 26, Deron Bland?
Yeah, what an incredible game. You know, we have certain grading scales that we do each week, and he had the highest grade that we've had all year. Just the way he competed, 2-point play right there, great tackle. The way that he covers, obviously no one's surprised by that, but with the move of him playing inside at nickel, the tackling's become so important. And just you look at the knockback tackle right there that he has, textbook, right? I mean, just incredible, just, you know, getting low, hamstring tackle, getting the guy wrapped up. He doesn't say much, but the way he plays the game is awesome. And then, again, quarterbacks know, obviously markets get affected, but you put the ball out there like that, there's a good chance Deron's going to catch it. And certainly his ability to finish is duly noted in the National Football League history books. And so happy. We really needed that as a game-changing play, and couldn't be happier for him. But, wow, just the way he works, the way he plays, true pro.
You know, and the other thing about Deron, of course, a month or so ago, Cowboys agreed to a contract extension with Deron, so he's going to be a Cowboy for a long time. These are the type guys you want to build a program around.
No question.
Right?
So deserving. He's done such a great job in his career. Great video to see. You see Flus out there illegally standing on the field, celebrating it, but just happy for the defense and Deron especially. What a great competitor.
All right, that does it for Cowboys Huddle for this week. Good luck against those Broncos in Denver, and we will see you again next week here on Cowboys Huddle.
Cowboys Huddle with Brian Schottenheimer, powered by Reliant, was brought to you by Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com. Ford, your North Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. Bank of America, what would you like the power to do? And by Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys.